Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and I'm actually doing some news stuff. I don't normally do anything with the news, especially for Kamen Rider stuff. Like I try not to, maybe like major announcements. But we got an announcement about some more media forms of media being released in the U.S. next year. We're getting a manga, and we're also getting some comics and graphic novels. Let me pull it up really quick. Ooh, that's kind of small. Let's make that bigger. Boom. There we go. So, uh as announced, we're getting Kamen Rider Kyuga, the manga. The official press release from StonebotComics.com. That is the publisher. I'm going to be talking about them later on in the video. So it says Stonebot Studios is excited to bring English-speaking Kamen Rider fans the manga series Kamen Rider Kyuga, written by the veteran Tokusatsu writer Toshiki or Tashiki. I'm not going to announce the last name. Obviously, wrote Agito, Fies, Kiva. Also wrote Kamen Rider Missing Ace for the Blade film, which is I love Blade, so I got to bring that up. Um, it's going to be drawn by Hitotsu, and who did Akuto Act and Bataran XX. Uh, I guess the project was well. I guess no. The project was planned by Shirakura. It's going to be released next year in English. This is intriguing because one, it's Stonebot Comics. I don't know who they are. Like, and I dabble in a lot of indie stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about them. But if you scroll down, obviously they have uh, a shout out to Shout Factory TV's website where you can actually go watch Kyuga. It's going to be officially translated. I'm intrigued because it's going to have the dust jackets. And from comics and manga standpoint in my collection, I've never been a big fan of the dust jackets, but those are pretty, they could look pretty cool. Because usually they have like a semi gloss to gloss finish to them. And it's going to begin next year. Obviously, we got some quick little previews. Um, when I click on them, they don't actually get larger to see, but I'm intrigued. This could be good. Um, I like the art style. One of the things I've always wanted is the Kamen Rider manga, but it's very difficult to, obviously they're not translated. Like physical standpoint, I've read digital, like the Saber Ogami 6 volume manga set that came out. That was pretty good. But this intrigues me. I'm curious. Like I said, Stonebot Studios not really well known. I'm gonna be talking about that obviously, but there's more announcements, not just manga. We actually had an announcement for some comics as well. We're gonna be getting Kamen Rider Zero One in comic form and some graphic novel like one shots. So I was like, okay, this this intrigues me. Let's pull that up really quick. Boom. Stonebot Studios is excited to announce the creation of an all new original comic book series and graphic novels based on the world of the hit TV series Kamen Rider Zero One. Obviously, more information coming soon. At the bottom, it says Kamen Rider Zero One will premiere in December 2021 on Shout Factory's TV website. It's an all new original story based on the world of Zero One. It's going to be 4 issue miniseries plus one shot specials. So I assume the 4 issues will then be released into a trade paperback format and then some one shots. This actually pretty cool. Very like I guess because it's so early in the phases, that's all we're gonna get for the announcement. Very cut and dry. The thing that I'm concerned with is Stonebot Studios. They're not really a well-known indie publisher, but then again, you could say that about a lot of them. I mean, Dark Horse and Image were indie publishers at one point. Boom Studios, for example, who's been doing Something is Killing the Children, Enter the Slaughterhouse, Power Rangers, Go Go Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, and Power Rangers like Boom was an indie publisher. They're still technically indie like to an extent, but they are a larger major publisher now. So you got to start somewhere. This could be the launch point for Stonebot Comics because I think back to Boom Studios, I didn't really know about them until the Power Ranger comic book came out, and then I started reading some other stuff they were publishing. They were doing great, and now they have a whole like library of comics. And while I was trying to do some research on Stonebot, I found out they really don't have that much of a social media presence, so to speak. Like it's very non-existent. So there's no Twitter. And I'll pull it up now. They have a Facebook page, and I just liked it because I was like, oh, I want to see more announcements. I want to like check them out. Like I'm always down to find new indie publishers to go over. They got about 974 people like this, about a little bit over 1,000. Um, I was looking into some of their comics like Machine Girl, and they have a whole bunch of like a few other ones. They have about and Mega. They have right now about ooh, I want to say about 8 like running titles, and I'm like, hey, that's not bad. You got to start. Like I said, it's an indie publisher. You got to start somewhere. I really think this has the chance to, really catapult them, especially in the West. Toku fans, especially Kamen Rider fans, we are fiending for Western releases, and the fact that we're getting 01 on Blu-ray, in January, and then or whenever it's released. I don't even know when it's releasing. I've pre-ordered though. And we are getting stuff on Shout Factory, and we it's and we're getting there. We're getting like the Henshin Legend belts have been on Amazon. More stuff is showing up from a product standpoint, but it's baby steps. And the fact that next year we're gonna have a Blu-ray of a season with a movie, and we're gonna be getting a manga, and a comic book, and a trade, and some trade paperbacks. Like that's a lot, and that could really gauge the audience and the fans and what else can be brought here. Now, I also see it as comparison, and I hate how people, a lot of people hate this, comparing Kamen Rider to Ultraman, but the Ultraman comics have been really good, and they're running like 4 or 5 issues per arc, and then they get a trade, and that's through Marvel, which is a bigger, publication. But then again, Ultraman has been in the States before we've gotten stuff, so it's like Marvel wasn't taking a gamble. I will say that this has a lot of potential. As a comic book fan and someone who collects comics and manga, and also enjoys Tokusatsu, this is actually a really big announcement. I'm looking forward. Like I already signed up for the newsletter. This and that. I'm looking forward to get more information on it when it's released, because this this is a big gamble, especially from a manga and a comic book standpoint. Like looking at Stonebot, I don't know how they are from a manga standpoint from a publisher. I'm surprised it didn't go through Viz Media. I'm surprised it didn't have anything to do with Funimation, because Funimation is handling the double anime. So I'm surprised that there's a different company now being brought in for manga and comics, whereas we know Funimation through Viz Media, they publish. So that's what's kind of like shocking for me anyways about these announcements, because it's way out of left field. I knew we were going to get something from the form of manga. I didn't think we were going to get comics though. That's kind of what really got me, and especially for the fact that like we already know who's writing and doing the illustrations for the manga. We have no announcements of who's writing the comics, artists, illustrate, like none of that. So obviously I'm going to be following up on this. That's definitely going to happen. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want more news and stuff like this. I'm going to try only with major announcements. I'm not going to be doing this consistently with every little thing that's talked about. But because I do collect comics and manga, and I love Kamen Rider and Toku stuff, I will be coming back to this topic and revisiting it as more information is dropped. I'm definitely curious now to even dive a little bit more into Stonebot, because I want to know more about them, because I don't know. Like I was on their website. Some of their comics looked really appealing. I might check some out. I'm definitely gonna have to talk to my local comic shop about, you know, when the time comes. Obviously, pulling the manga and getting the comics, because I'm gonna obviously get them regardless of when or how much they are. But that's it for this video. I thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these announcements. That's 2 really big announcements that came out of left field that I wasn't expecting. Were you expecting this? Because I knew eventually we were gonna, but I didn't think we were gonna get original content. I thought maybe they would have took some of the older Kamen Rider manga and just translated them, just because it's already written. Just gotta translate it, and that's it. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Subscribe for more videos. I thank you guys for watching. and I'll see you guys in the next video.